final Big Brother HOH Battle Shapes Season 27 finale. Big Brother 27 spoilers heading into finale weekend paint a sharp picture. The last 3 house guests have split the final HOH round so far. Tensions are high, and the fandom's mastermind theory is gaining steam. As of Saturday, September 27, 2025 ET, spoilers align around 2 big developments. These are the winners of parts 1 and 2 of the final head of household. Furthermore, they include how the final 3 are handling the pressure. Live feed conversations are turning personal in the hours before part 3. At a glance, the key spoilers. Part 1 HOH winner, Morgan Pope. Part 2 HOH winner, Ashley Hollis, setting up a Morgan vs. Ashley showdown in Part 3 on finale night. Final 3 mood. Strategy talks have gotten raw and emotional, with frank admissions about jury optics and who can actually win. Mastermind chatter. Feed watcher speculation around the identity has focused on a familiar BB legend, based on what house guests said after comp updates. Final HOH, Part 1. Morgan takes the opener. The final HOH is a 3-round gauntlet. Per spoiler roundups, Morgan Pope captured Part 1. The endurance-style opener sends its winner straight to Part 3 on finale night. That positioned her as the player to beat. It guaranteed she'd be one correct answer set away from controlling the final 2. The Journal Sentinel's spoiler digest ties Morgan's win to her season-long momentum. It frames her as a comp queen, heading into the last showdown. That framing matters. Once Morgan locked Part 1, the path for her opponents narrowed to a single must-win lane, Part 2. Final HOH, Part 2. Ashley answers, and resets the endgame. Spoilers cited by the Journal Sentinel indicate Ashley Hollis won Part 2, punching her ticket to Part 3. This turns the finale into a head-to-head between Ashley and Morgan. That result carries immediate strategic stakes. Whoever wins Part 3 chooses their partner for the final 2. Additionally, they likely decide who can sell the tighter case to the jury. With Ashley capturing Part 2, Vince cannot reach Part 3, making his only path to the final 2 dependent on being chosen. Inside the final 3, raw conversations, rattled confidence. Primetimer documents a tense set of late-game conversations. The final 3-way comp resumes against messy social dynamics and jury management. Morgan openly wrestles with whether her social game will be judged harshly by jurors. Meanwhile, Ashley and Vince push back with their own read of the house narrative. One blunt exchange sees Ashley telling Morgan, "Your social game was good. You just had Vinny goggles on," a line that neatly summarizes how some see Morgan's blind spots. In another striking admission, Vince assesses his uphill climb, telling Morgan, "I'm literally campaigning for second place now after a critical loss earlier in the day." That moment lands because it's both strategic and personal. It acknowledges not just comp outcomes but the perception gap he faces with multiple jurors. Primetimer's feed notes also capture how quickly these talks veer from game to life. Morgan, for instance, tries to square her early season portrayal with her own view of her play. She vents about being labeled and dragged online. Then she shifts right back into endgame calculus about speeches and jury questions. That whiplash is typical of the last 48 hours in any Big Brother season. It sets up a Part 3 where delivery under pressure can matter as much as raw recall. What the mastermind talk adds to the weekend. One more thread in the Journal Sentinel's spoiler roundup. Chatter around the mastermind. The belief among feed watchers, based on post-comp house chatter, is that the identity aligns with a major Big Brother legend. That speculation has been fueled by what the final 3 repeated after competition updates. Also, by the season-long ways the mastermind has bent the game. As a spoiler storyline, it's a capstone detail that doesn't change the math of Part 3. However, it does color how fans will remember the season's tone and twists. How Part 3 shapes the jury, and what we don't know yet. With Morgan and Ashley advancing to Part 3 on Sunday, September 28, 2025 ET, the winner's choice may matter as much as the win itself. The final cut can act as an endorsement. If you choose the perceived frontrunner, you signal confidence and risk second place. If you cut them, you may gain a point with jurors who prize cold-blooded moves. We don't have, from the sources above, a confirmed format breakdown for Part 3 this season. Additionally, there are no specific tiebreaker mechanics. So treat those pieces as not confirmed here. What we do have, from Primetimer's Feedwatch and the Journal Sentinel's spoiler roundup, is enough to identify the competing strengths likely to star in juror questions. Morgan, stacked late-season comp presume capped by the Part 1 win, needs to neutralize social game critiques and narrative baggage in her speech. Ashley, timely, clutch Part 2 win that revived her case, must define a cohesive arc that isn't just loyal ride or die, and convince jurors her peak matters more than totals. Vince faces a perception deficit with specific jurors, by his own admission, and now needs the final chooser to place him in the final 2 chair at all. Why the Final HOH decisions loom so large. The Final HOH winner doesn't just take a seat, they write history in real time. If they pick the and amp, old quo, wrong and amp, red quo, opponent, a season of solid work can evaporate on stage. Conversely, if they make the surgically correct cut, years of fandom discourse will still debate whether it was too cold or exactly right. This cast's late-game vulnerability makes that decision even more fascinating. At the same time, the Journal Sentinel's spoiler ledger reminds us of concrete results. It shows Morgan in Part 1, Ashley in Part 2, and one last round to decide who gets to plead their case to the jury. Bottom line. As of September 27, 2025, the Big Brother 27 spoilers picture is clear where it counts. Morgan won Part 1, Ashley won Part 2, and the feeds show a final 3 airing doubts and hopes in equal measure. Part 3 on Sunday will answer the only question that matters: who sits together in the final 2? Everything we've seen and read points to a finale defined by one clutch comp and one ruthlessly honest choice.